Every country has their own policies. Whether it's war, smoking, drinking, or any other issue, every country will have its own policy. But when it comes to buying tobacco products, the policies in the United States and in countries in Europe are very similar, especially in England. In both, the age to buy tobacco products is 18, but the difference is in England and other European nations, you could smoke tobacco products or like chew anything like that when you're 16 or 17 years old. In 1881, cigarette smoking was really widespread in the United States, and it was mostly amongst men, but over time this changed dramatically. And in 1565, cigarettes were introduced into England and some other European nations by sailors, but they were only smoked by sailors and other high officials. Cigarettes have been around for hundreds of years, and it is said that on average, the first cigarette that a kid has is smoked at the age of 14. This is how the issue of smoking on school campuses and school property has come about. In the state of Pennsylvania, because that's where we're from, smoking on school grounds is prohibited for those under the age of 21 or those enrolled in high school. Why 21, you may ask? Because that's the oldest you could be to attend high school. Cigarettes are not the only tobacco products that are prohibited. Chewing tobacco and pouches are also prohibited, and in the state, you could be charged with a summary offense and may have to pay a fine of up to $50 to the school district. Many schools across the United States are known as a nicotine-free campus, and this also prevents the use of e-cigarettes and vapes as well. England and other European nations are a completely different story. In many European countries, students 16 through 18 are allowed to smoke during designated times and in designated areas on school campuses. Also, many schools do not have policies about smoking on school properties just near the schools themselves. It's been very popular for a long time for children in Europe to smoke cigarettes. In some schools, they're allowed to smoke on the playground during their recesses and during their lunches. And many people in Europe are introduced to smoking by their elders, and they become addicted themselves in early adulthood when it comes down to culture and what you're growing up around with. Advertisements have been banned in the US for quite some time, but they're still present in some European nations and other nations across the globe. They were put in place to pull in other audiences, like women and children at first, and then they altered them to pull in people who had already quit smoking and they want them to start smoking again. Over the years in the United States, a new advertisement has been brought to life. It's called the Truth Campaign, and these ads are to show the dangers of long-term smoking to young people and to keep cigarettes out of their hands and their lungs. Eventually, these ads will make their way over to Europe and other nations across the globe, but since they're so prone to smoking, it might take longer to see a difference. Smoking used to not even be considered dangerous, and over the years, new light has come to show that they are very, very dangerous. Cigarettes and other tobacco products are extremely harmful to your health, and this is why they have the labels all over them warning you about what they can bring. These are why so many ads are against the smoking of cigarettes these days.